Hey everybody, Jen Sloat here from MineIQ. I promised a video on looking over our mining software and how we're retrofitting it to work for contact tracing of COVID-19 and other viruses. We don't know what's coming up next, but for contact tracing, let's go in and look at how we've done it. Essentially, this is mining software, so you'll see a lot of references to mining related information. But we've pulled in, instead of a mind map or a mine design, we've pulled in a 2D floor plan. And we've strategically placed Bluetooth beacons, let's show here, around the office plan. And what happens is it looks for any cell phones that have the mobile app downloaded, and it'll say, okay, talk to the mobile app. It'll say, here I am. And then as we move around the office, here I am, and that is located, or the location is tracked and recorded. So based on date, time, stamp, and which beacons it was surrounded by, this allows us to do the contact tracing. So if I was sitting here and multiple people were walking through my area, I'd be able to know how many points of contact there were and maybe duration. So let's say we had 5 different meetings for an hour long in one area, and I became severely symptomatic. I would report on the mobile app that I had severe symptoms, and 3 things would happen. 1, the manager would be notified that I'm staying home and I'm self-isolating. The next thing that would happen is I would get a number of policies, procedures, information coming back to the mobile app saying, here's the, what you have to do to work from home, here's the form we have to fill out, and, here are the steps to take to return to work, so we know that you don't have symptoms before you come back. All in the name of making sure that we don't spread the virus inside a company and have 50% of the staff absent, or productivity being affected by it. If you have the opportunity, go work from home, self-isolate. And so that's the first and second. The third thing that happens is we take this information, the tracking information, all behind the scenes, and we'd say, okay, how many people were with this person at different times? How many points of contact were there? What's the duration of them being in meetings together or in offices, those kinds of things. And based on level of severity, we can send out either a notification, just, be aware that somebody's symptomatic, or it might be as severe as an alert that says, okay, you need to return to home as well, work from home if you can, and self-isolate. We're trying not to have an outbreak at the office, so these are our precautionary measures, and here are your policies and procedures for coming back to work after. If things get bad, maybe there's procedures for helping an individual get testing before returning back to work, those kinds of things. So we take that information, we do all the good bits and behind the scenes, and your mobile app becomes that communication for reporting and also getting information back about what to do, and making sure that we're not spreading. So part of the great piece of work that we've done is being able to filter what you see on each of the maps, and we can change the size of access points. Oh, we don't have those showing. Or change the size of icons, those kinds of things. These signify, at this point, cell phones. Let's say we wanted to change an icon. We can do that very simply. We can change it to a phone. We can change color. You can also sort through and look for maybe just personnel and choose this icon instead. And now we'll see that the people icons are being traced. Really, it is their cell phone, but associating it with a person isn't necessary. We have to test some of those features, but we want that anonymity. And I believe it's important because we're not sure yet what the personnel in a company are willing to do. And is it worth being traced, in terms of general location, in order to get back that feedback? Yes, you've been in contact with a symptomatic person. So It's an important time to protect your family, yourself, isolate, and those kinds of things. Is it worth it? And are the staff willing to make those sacrifices? And is the benefit great enough? I think to the business it is. We don't want half of the organization, it being ill, and these are the kinds of things we're trying to stop. There are different benefits to the software from a management perspective, tracking mobile equipment as well, AV equipment, those kinds of things. But for now, concentrating on just COVID tracing, I think this gives you a good enough demo. It's very simple to input maps and new mobile phones. We can upload them through the mobile app when you register. So there are benefits. There are great things like being able to undock something and have them on multiple monitors if you have multiple floors. Those are the types of things that we're really interested in, but it really isn't just about technology. We know the technology works. We have a few weeks to do on that, a few weeks of work left, just to make sure that our communications and our policies are all in line, and that we test those features. But it's more about the human side of this. So are the personnel going to feel comfortable? Are they willing to download the free app? Those are some of the questions that we need to test as well with a partner company and a beta company. So maybe the next time I do a demo, it'll be on the mobile app side. But for now, I think just to have you understand how this is working, I hope this answers some questions. So thank you very much for your time. Connect with me if you're interested.